I'm a constitutional conservative. Okay, the U.S. Constitution and limited government.
Cool. I love the Constitution, man. And you just heard the vice president say that we should abolish any judges that disagree with Trump. They have filed articles of impeachment against the judge that ruled against Trump.
I'm absolutely for judges that are just putting in shit to just slow the process down, that don't ever actually do anything, be fucking replaced, and they actually get on board with actually working within.
Brother, you don't give a shit about the Constitution.
Wrong.
The Constitution lays out the checks and balances. The judicial branch is the check on the president.
I really think that you just have a very narrow.
I think you're a dumbass.
View of this thing.
I prove that you don't follow the Constitution.
It's really just been just an exercise of patience. You haven't actually done anything. You've been posing questions that you don't know the answers to yourself, and then you want to then say, "Oh, you don't know a fucking thing," and they keep driving that nail home because you're a fucking moron. And you're the one that started the insult game. Just to be clear, go back and watch the fucking VOD, right?
Yes, I called you a dumb fuck after I proved that you were a dumb fuck.
Patience that I'm really just done with now. Have a nice night.
Did I make you cry? Oh my god. That was fantastic. Critically thinking veteran, what's up? Vet, you with me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What's up?
Okay, cool. What's going on?
You tell me, man. I happened to pop up Twitch, see you're streaming in the Discord section. I'm streaming in the Discord section. You said you want to argue with some motherfuckers, so I'm like, hey, this motherfucker wants to argue. So what's good, Justin? Freaking, you ready to argue or what?
Ooh, hell yeah! What you want to argue about, motherfucker? I love your style.
Dude, I don't fucking know. What side of the aisle are you on? Let's start there.
I'm on whatever side of the aisle allows me to piss in Dan Crenshaw's eye pussy.
Jeez, man, I don't know. Fuck. That's a crazy one. I don't know.
I think it's the leftist side right now. That's where I've landed so far.
Okay, well, I'm a constitutional conservative. Okay, so we'll kind of wrap it up that way.
So what does that mean to you?
The U.S. Constitution and limited government.
Cool. I love the Constitution, man. Fourth and Fifth Amendment, that's my jam. That's why I'm very anti-cop.
Well, I mean, you gotta have somebody enforce the law, right?
Oh, so you're like, oh, I love the Constitution until it comes to, cops violating citizens' rights. You're all about that, eh?
No, I'm all about the everyday citizen having a way to be able to recourse their grievances with fellow citizens without having to be directly involved.
Without having to be directly involved. Huh?
Right. So the cop goes, hey, this person assaulted me. The cop goes and collects the person. I don't have to go collect the person and take them to a holding facility in order to punish them for the crime of assault.
But you don't have to take them to the holding facility, but you will have to testify against them as evidence. That's what was tripping me up there.
Right. But that's the whole reason for the government is there's not a my posse's holding your like this. We got away from the whole Hatfields and McCoy situation, right?
That's literally where I'm from.
Well, I mean that's so then you should be able to very easily understand the need for government in there, so you don't end up with.
Oh, I totally get the need for government. I'm a leftist.
Right, but. So, as a leftist, you want government, but you want complete control, and you don't want to allow the individual any type of autonomy.
No, I'm very much about protecting individual rights. We need a strong government with a strong constitution that protects individual liberty.
So how's that leftist?
How is that not leftist? Well, to me, the threat to my individual liberty is corporations, so therefore collective action in the face of corporate. We're seeing Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, take over the government right now. We live in an oligarchy.
You think so?
The richest man in the world just gave a press conference from the Oval Office.
Yeah, but he wasn't sitting behind the Resolute desk, was he?
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was behind the desk. He was right there next to Trump. He gave the press conference. We just watched it.
Yeah.
And he paid $300 million to get Trump elected. Peter Thiel also paid hundreds of millions of dollars to get Trump elected. How is that not oligarchy? And not that the Democrats are not guilty of it as well. The Democrats are flush with corporate money as well. This is a both sides fucking thing. But like the Republicans literally are bought and paid for by Elon Musk. He's coming in, he's destroying anything that helps people, and he's trying to rob our treasury to enrich himself. That's oligarchy, right?
Well, one, none of the actions that, or the things that Elon is pointing out have any kind of action behind it. He's literally just only pointing out what they're discovering, right?
No. People are not allowed in their fucking building to go to work. Contracts have been paused. Systems have been unable to be accessed.
Mm-hmm.
There's several states that can't access their Medicaid payments.
Done through Elon.
You what?
It's literally done by Trump. It's not done by Elon.
No, it's been done by Elon
No.
and his Doge team.
Yeah, but they make recommendations to the actual person that makes the decision, which is Trump.
And you think Trump is not a dumb fuck and he knows anything about any of this shit?
I think he knows enough to understand that whenever you're sending $24 million to some South American country for a transgender comic book, that, yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
It was like fucking $20,000 or $30,000, and it was about sexual assault. But because it had like a transgender character or something, like, you guys make issues that aren't issues, right? And like, that's an exercise in soft power. If the U.S. is going to do anything in the world, I would rather it be like distributing condoms to places that have AIDS and teaching. One of the things that they gave money for was like economic development in Egypt, because like it was a place that had suffered from hardcore discrimination against women in the workplace. So they were trying to help them diversify the workplace.
But why would you want to send condoms to a place in the world that is ridden with HIV?
AIDS?
Yeah, why? I don't understand, because clearly they weren't practicing safe sex before.
Because they don't have access to condoms.
Right, so they weren't practicing safe sex before, and now it's there all over the place. Like, when's the last time you looked at, like, you realize that like 47%, 48% of the African continent has it, right? So when did it become...
Why is that an argument against condoms?
When did it become the responsibility of... When did African penises on the African continent become the responsibility of American taxpayers?
Well, we have robbed them of a lot of their resources over the years.
I ain't done shit to Africa. And as a matter of fact...
The country of the United States has. The entire Western world is built off of the blood of Africans.
Are you really?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Like it's literally not that way.
Brother, where do you think like medical advancements come from? And this shit we find in the rainforest. No, I'm not hanging up on him. No, guys, you don't get to cut me off that fast. Do you really not understand how interconnected we are as a society? But this is not exactly what I want to talk about anyway. I've stumped you on that one. Let's go back to, you say you're a constitutional Republican, but it is clear a constitutional conservative. Uh-huh. It is clear that you aren't giving a shit about the Constitution when it comes to Trump overstepping his bounds. What about them saying that they want to impeach they have literally filed articles of impeachment against a judge that ruled against them. How is that upholding the Constitution?
Exactly. What is your argument for the Constitution being shit on, right? Government agencies being shut down is the purview spelled out exactly in the Constitution.
Where? What article?
The authority of the executive.
Oh, whoa. A judge ruling against the executive branch. That's literally the check against the executive branch.
What's the job of
a court order?
What's the job of the executive?
To enforce the laws and to act as a foreign dignitary.
Let's read it.
Read what?
The article where it spells out.
Well, I'm saying like the judicial branch is the check on Congress and the presidency, and you just heard the vice president say that we should abolish any judges that disagree with Trump, and they have filed articles of impeachment against the judge that ruled against Trump.
I'm absolutely for judges that are just putting in shit to just slow the process down, that don't ever actually do anything, be fucking replaced, and they actually get on board with actually working within.
Brother, you don't give a shit about the Constitution.
Wrong.
How are you giving? The Constitution lays out the checks and balances, that the judicial branch is the check on the president from them being able to exceed their powers. You're not abreast of what the Constitution says, or you don't give a shit, one or the other.
I really think that you just have a very narrow.
I think you're a dumbass.
View of this thing. Well, you can think whatever you like.
How do I have a narrow view of what the Constitution literally says?
Because you're not understanding any part of the system. The reason why these judges need to be replaced is because they're only doing things.
You don't get to replace a judge because they don't rule the way you like. That's not how this works. That's the Constitution, you dipshit.
You dipshit. Is that all you got?
I'm mocking you for not knowing how anything works. You come on here and tell me you're a constitutional conservative, but you don't fucking follow the Constitution.
What the system is supposed to be doing, because you've been locked into the way it's been running without doing any actual research into the way that it has run. And
what are you talking about? Motherfucker, I guarantee you I know more about history than you do.
Don't understand anything about government money or anything, and you want to sit here and bitch about USAID being found out about all the corruption.
Hold on.
All the money that's being fucking wasted.
Calm down. Calm down.
All of the millions of dollars have been being extracted.
Calm the fuck down, brother.
To pay for this thing.
Calm the fuck down.
Here and say all of
this is you throwing a tantrum because I just made you look like a fucking fool. So you're trying to gish gallop now. Go back.
You know, it's cute whenever people on the left think they know something when it's clear.
Brother, I know this shit because this has been my life. I have a degree in political philosophy. I have studied history. I've studied politics. I have covered politics for over 20 years in the news media.
What have you done?
You don't know shit. Once again, let's go back. Let's go back.
What have you done?
You can't replace a judge just because you don't like the way they ruled. That's against the Constitution.
What have you done?
I've exposed you as being a dumb fuck.
You haven't.
Come the fuck back, brother.
In your life.
I haven't what?
You have done fuck all in your life.
Brother, we're talking about you and the Constitution.
Done with your life, and then you want to sit here.
This is what right-wingers always do, man.
I'm a badass because I'm.
You can't focus on a topic. You can't back up what you say. Does the Constitution not say that the judicial branch is the check on the executive branch?
What does the Constitution say with regard to the state?
Can you answer my question?
Why don't you try to get more nuanced into actually how the system works?
Okay, what do you mean by that? What you're saying is, I'm not agreeing with your dipshit way of looking at things because you're misinformed and don't know how the things work.
Points, and you've just been following the news and listening right along, and you don't actually have any fucking arguments because you haven't actually studied a fucking.
Brother, I just made you look like a dumb fuck. What argument do you have? Change the topic to something you think you can win on.
But you haven't said a fucking thing.
I proved that you don't follow the Constitution.
It's really just been an exercise of patience. You haven't actually done anything. You've been posing questions that you don't know the answers to yourself, and then you want to then say, oh, you don't know a fucking thing, and they keep driving that nail home because you're a fucking moron. And you're the one that started the insult game. Just to be clear, go back and watch the fucking VOD, right?
Yes, I called you a dumb fuck after I proved that you were a dumb fuck.
I'm really just done with now. Have a nice night.
Did I make you cry? Oh my god. That was fantastic.